The story of Avatar, Fire and Ash unfolds on Pandora in the uneasy aftermath of previous conflicts, where the forests and oceans have begun to heal on the surface, but old wounds remain alive beneath the soil. And Jake Sully, now fully rooted in Na'vi leadership, senses that balance is fragile rather than restored, because the Sky People have not truly left, but have only changed their methods, turning from open invasion to quiet exploitation. And this time, the danger does not come from the familiar jungles or seas, but from the volcanic regions far beyond the known clans, where rivers of lava carve glowing scars through blackened stone and ash, drifts through the air like falling snow. Home to the Ash People, a hardened Na'vi clan shaped by fire, scarcity, and generations of betrayal. And as Jake, Neytiri, and their family struggle with their own grief and unresolved trauma, they receive word that the Resources Development Administration has made secret alliances with factions willing to trade loyalty for survival, using fire-based technology and controlled burns to claim rare minerals beneath the volcanic crust, drawing the Ash People into a dangerous bargain that threatens not just the land, but Eywa's interconnected balance itself. Loak, still haunted by his past mistakes and desperate to prove he can protect rather than destroy, becomes the emotional heart of the story as he ventures with Kiri into the volcanic territories, where Kiri feels Eywa's voice growing faint and fractured, as if the planet itself is in pain. And through her visions, we learn that fire is not inherently evil, but has been twisted by fear and anger, while the Ash People, led by a formidable and morally complex leader who believes survival justifies cruelty, see Eywa not as a nurturing force, but as something that abandoned them when their forests burned long ago, forcing them to adapt through strength, control, and discipline rather than harmony. And as tensions rise, the RDA manipulates old wounds by promising technology that can tame lava flows and bring prosperity, while secretly planning to weaponize volcanic energy, leading to devastating demonstrations that scorch sacred ground and push the clans toward war. Jake tries to negotiate, believing unity is the only way forward, but Neytiri struggles deeply with the idea of trusting another clan after so much loss, her anger mirroring the Ash People's own rage, and their relationship is tested as they argue over whether mercy or force will truly protect their children. While Spider, caught between worlds, uncovers evidence that the RDA intends to ignite a massive volcanic chain reaction to permanently reshape Pandora's terrain, creating a stronghold the Na'vi can never reclaim. And this revelation forces unlikely alliances, as Loak forms a fragile bond with a young Ash warrior who questions their clan's path, showing that even in a culture built on fire, there are sparks of compassion. And as the final act approaches, the film becomes a sweeping convergence of emotion and spectacle, with lava-lit battles that contrast sharply against the glowing bioluminescence of Pandora, where fire and life collide rather than simply destroy one another. And Kiri ultimately channels Eywa in a moment that reveals the planet's truth, that fire, like grief, can consume or transform depending on how it is held. And she helps redirect the volcanic energy not as a weapon, but as a cleansing force that exposes the RDA's machinery and cuts off their control, forcing the Ash People to confront the cost of their alliance. And in the climactic moments, Jake chooses not to kill the Ash leader despite having the chance, breaking the cycle of vengeance and allowing the clan to decide its future without domination, while Neytiri confronts her own anger and realizes that survival without connection is another kind of death. And as the RDA is driven back once more, the victory is quieter and more uncertain than before, because the film ends not with celebration, but with reflection, showing Pandora forever changed by ash and flame, yet still alive, still adapting, as the clans begin the long process of rebuilding trust, learning that balance does not mean returning to what was lost, but finding a way forward through pain, memory, and responsibility. And the final images linger on Loak, standing at the edge of cooling lava fields, now sprouting faint bioluminescent growth, symbolizing that even after fire, life finds a way to rise again, leaving the audience with a story not about conquest, but about the cost of survival, the danger of letting grief harden into hatred, and the fragile hope that understanding, even forged in fire, can still shape a future worth protecting. If you enjoyed this recap of Avatar, Fire and Ash, Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more movie recaps and cinematic content.